Continue. I need to turn on the light. Can I reach without taking off my headset? This Is War was applied this week. We lose Whitney Quaid, Cash Suplex, and Kombucha. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So just a bunch of tag people. Ugh, I can't reach. Okay. Maybe I switch this to warm light. All right. Well, that's just all my tag champs, so I'm okay with that. You're not gonna like this, but Whitney Quaid, Cash Suplex, and Kombucha will all have to miss the show this week. Sorry about that. And you know what? We burned the Raw card, so I'm okay with it being burned on week 4. Clay Cortman, Buck cheated me in that last match. I want a rematch in the next 2 weeks. You got it. Sure, Clay, no problem. Okay. Alice Justice wants to team with Danielle Wallace. Okay. Sure, let's see how your team works out. Okay. So Alice Justice needs to face Vicky and team with Danielle. So we'll kind of do all that at once. I don't think I can buy anything, right? Do I have any power cards that are interesting? Health Spa, Pre-Match Physio, all of these are good. That gets us a challenge as well. Yeah. So NXT did spend a lot of money, yeah. So, okay. We're doing fine. And who did I also promise something to? Cortman and Buck. That's just going to happen. Well, we're in San Antonio, Texas, and we're also going to Extreme Rules. Got it. For San Antonio, Texas. Okay. Let's do a tag match. Let's do Alice Justice and Danielle Wallace. Where's Danielle Wallace? Here we are. And you'll be up against Vicky McLeod and Cinnamon Garrett. Okay. And I don't think... I can do a interference. I can run in Quinn B on Danielle. Yeah, that works for me. I can do... let's do a really quick... Actually, because I haven't done my checks. Who's our lowest morale? Sammy Vortex. Okay, that's fine. I can put her in a match. Against Donna Matrix, perhaps? I don't see why not. Oh, I have an idea. Let's do a quadruple threat here. Let's put Clubberella. Let's put Sammy Vortex. Let's do Nova NL. And then either Donna or Christina. Maybe I do both Donna and Christina. Yeah, because that's a good mix. And then I want to do you and you exhibition match, and then let's look at maybe a triple threat here. I could do another tag match where I do Gable and Gulak, because they'll get their title match at the Extreme Rules. And we'll put them against Argus and Cortman. And maybe an interference. Xanadu on Argus. Yeah. There are no rivalries on this card, but that's fine. I also am out of people. Okay. Yeah. All right. This will probably be a call out, actually. So maybe I change up one of these matches. I could make this just like a one-on-one exhibition. Or I could just leave them unbooked. I've never done that before. I don't know if I like it. In fact, I don't like it. Clay Cortman, a rematch against Adrian Buck. He's not doing that. He's doing that at Extreme Rules. That's fine. Rest your primary solo champions this week for Health Spa 3. Health Spa 3 is a good card, but I just don't have the people to do that. So I just have a stinker week. Let's think about card order here. This is, I think, the main event. Seems to be the best match. This I can put some extra English on the ball. Just a tables match. Yeah. Put something extra on this one too. I could have this also be a tables match. Extreme Rules preview mode. Okay, I like it. Do I put Clubberella in the main event? Clay Cortman's kind of my guy. I really have nobody left, huh? JC Jane. Alley Brawler. Who are you? Satisfied 1 out of 5 promo. Bruiser. JC Jane. Legends. Who do we have for women's legends that I could potentially sign? We got Charlotte, we got Shayna, we got Eve Torres, Ronda. That's it. If I wanted Alley Brawler to join my show, then the person to join my card would be Eve Torres. If I wanted JC, then it would also be Eve Torres. Do I have the money for this? 151K and then 4K. The problem with getting more people is that it's going to be hard to manage morale. So I do need to be mindful of that. But I also want to have fun playing the video game. YOLO. Brawler and Jane. They were... Jane is a heel fighter, and then Allie Brawler is a face bruiser. Not Clubberella. Although... Bruiser. That's fine. Where's JC Jane? Yeah. Okay, Extreme Rules tables are real normal. This looks good. We are at the Capitol Wrestling Center. We bought all the power cards. We don't need to use them. We are... Alice is partnering with Danielle Wallace. Alice is facing Vicky McLeod. And then Buck and Clortman will be at Extreme Rules. Confirm booking. Welcome, San Antonio, Texas. We've been cruising around the country, bringing you the new WCW. Welcome to the show. Starting us off, we've got Clubberella, who comes in from the crowd. We see a whole aisle of people just collapsed because Clubberella has beat them up. That's her gimmick. She attacks the crowd. And she gets to the ring and she starts shouting that she wants competition. She wants all the competition she can get. And the team of Christina Fury and Donna Matrix, they come out and they say, well, we won last week, so maybe we can get ourselves a title shot if we beat Clubberella. And before the match starts, Sammy Vortex comes up from the shadows and she attacks Clubberella because she wants a tag title match and also potentially world championship. It's lots of things are moving around here on WCW, and it's an Extreme Rules match because next week is Extreme Rules. That's the rules.
1, 2, it's over.
Sammy Vortex, big win. Vortex Matrix. All right, if that's what you want to do. Vortex defeats Matrix, Fury, and Clubberella. Perhaps Clubberella got distracted by beating up the crowd since there were no rules in this Extreme Rules match. 3 stars, good match. Adrian Buck calls out Clay Cortman and wishes him good luck in the main event because at Extreme Rules, it's going to be hardcore. Title on the line. And that's okay. People would rather hear from Clay Cortman, the Miz of WCW. Alice Justice and Danielle Wallace have had sort of a rough time of things. They've both had some losses to Clubberella, to Quinn B, to Vicky McLeod. And so they decide to, try to pool their fortunes together and make a name for themselves here on WCW. Garrett McLeod. Cinnamon Garrett and Vicky McLeod also had a loss last week, and so they want to form a good team. They worked pretty well last week, so they want eventually to get at the tag team titles, and Vicky also would love to bring some real justice to Alice. So lots of things happening in this match. Quinn B also descends from the sky and delivers some royal payback, I guess, to Danielle Wallace, even though Danielle hasn't really done anything to Quinn B.
1, 2, that's 3. Ring the bell.
And Vicky and Cinnamon Garrett win in a mediocre match, but it does grow the B Wallace feud to level 3. So that is, what am I calling that? Garrett McLeod defeat Justice Wallace with a run-in by B, 2-star match. Debuting here in WCW is a legend, JC Jane, although a bit of a local legend, perhaps. But, she comes out to the ring. She starts, flaunting her stuff and saying that WCW is not ready for what the fatal influence of JC Jane has to bring. And we'll hear more from that soon. At Extreme Rules, there will be a tag team title match, and this was an exhibition between the champion, Nova Northern Light, and Cora Cut, whose partner, Sammy Vortex, showed dominance in the main event. So will Cora be able to, capitalize on that momentum? She does. It's okay. Does not start a feud, but whatever. Cut defeats Northern Light. I love how loud things can be. 2.5 stars. JC Jane comes out again, and again talks about how great she is, and she is followed by Allie Brawler, who is also debuting here on Raw, and they both, they take their hats off. I guess Allie Brawler, those are prescription sunglasses actually, so she doesn't take them off. They both take their jackets off, and they start fighting, because that's what we do here at WCW, is we figure out whose personality is what by fighting each other. So that's happening. But it's not also because it didn't start a feud. So that's just something that'll build in time. And your main event, Gable and Gulak, a great tag team, also have a tag team title match at Extreme Rules. They want to continue to build momentum after a loss from Gulak last week. Unfortunately, Suplex and Kombucha could not be bothered to show up here because they don't want to come to the Capitol Wrestling Center, I guess. So they will instead be facing the great team of Argus the Great and Clay Cortman. Argus believes he's done with Jake Xanadu. Jake Xanadu is not great. And Clay Cortman wants to show that he's hardcore, so this is going to be a tables match, which is hardcore rules. But while Argus believes he's done with Jake, Jake does not believe he's done with Argus, and he runs in and interferes during the match. Sets up a table for Gulak and Gable to throw the challengers through. And it's 2.5 stars, which is at least as good as the match before it. Level 3 feud for the titles, or for the main whatever. Gulak, Gable defeat Argus, who run in Xanadu and Cortman. 2.5 stars. Great. What's Raw got? Extreme Rules for the title. Moss retains. New rivalry. Titus O'Neil is here, and he's trying his best. Lurch Evans is not facing brute force for some reason.
1, 2, that's 3, bell.
But he wins. It's mediocre. Shane McMahon is okay, and he calls out Shanky. This is a tag team match.
1, 2, ring it.
And Carolina Reaper and Maya T. Kirk. To Kirk Reaper. Sure. Shanky is trying his best. And then Penelope Perfect is back, and she's going to fight for the title. And she's not going to get it. Lula Tandy undefeated. 4 stars. Great match. Humberto and Triton have a rivalry, and their staminas are both garbage. Triton picks up a win, and Humberto injured for 3 weeks. And Triton injured for 3. They both, wow. Candice LeRae calls out Beth Spartan, and it's excellent.
1, 2, that's it.
Probably going to be a really good match. Probably better than the opener. No, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't understand this game at all. Beth Spartan is embarrassing. Zelina Ignition, sure, why not?
2, that's 3. Let me hear
I forget who Ignition was even supposed to be feuding with. I guess Zelina. Andrea Cannons is okay. And then this rivalry, not for the titles.
That's it. Ring it.
Smooth Butch. Level 4 rivalry. Good for them. I think we won. No, we lost to NXT and to Raw. So we lost, actually. Okay. How are we doing here? Staminas are good. Somebody's got 2 people have talent for Extreme Rules. That's wonderful. Great. So all around good match. Here we have great tag chemistry, so which we would have known because they asked for it. Vicky's at 40, which sucks. I don't think I care. She'll probably sit out next week. Nova and Cora, their staminas are good. 4.5 star performance, so probably as good as that match was going to get. And then decent tag chemistry here. Staminas are all still acceptable, no talents. All right. And yeah, it works for me. Christina Fury, both Fury and Matrix. So the tag team itself is good at Extreme Rules. That's awesome. 90 rating score again, 39,000 fans, $53,000 dues. Thank you, Squared Commissioner, for that tip. Royal Concerto Tube. Where'd JC Jane come from, lol? Thank you for watching. Colossal Killer Max says, Xanadu attacked Argus the Great during the match. Things about to get worse. Hopefully better. Mrs. Clash, USA. Congratulations. I like tonight's WCW. Keep it coming. Thank you for watching. Director Cyborg KO says, Alice Justice and Danielle Wallace work really well as a tag team. Undefeated Clash Max. WCW got Alley Brawler. That's awesome. They love Alley Brawler. Phenomenal Warrior 94. Really varied show. Added to the quality. Keep it up, WCW. Thank you for watching. Tonight's WCW started strong and ended strong. Thank you, Queen Sensation Skater. Dr. Striker 97. Dominatrix is such a natural at being the good guy. All right. Thank you for the crowd. And Beast Hillbilly for Life says WCW is the show to watch, and Cora Cut is the reason why with another win. Big fan of Cora Cut. Thank you all for watching. 101 rating score, 49,000 fans, $43,000. Blair and Liv work well together. Not sure if Titus is ready for the big time, but all right. 101 rating score, 49,000 fans even, $84,000. Rest up and recover quickly, Triton and Humberto Hart. We get a free arena booking. That's something. And we are in last place by a lot. Going into Extreme Rules in Week 5. Vito Random Superstar, that stinks. Danielle Wallace, not the worst. Something's come up and I can't have Danielle Wallace taking your show. Sorry about that. That's fine. I'll live. Alice Justice. I told you Wallace and I really hit it off as tag team. Thanks for pairing us up. We're looking forward to the next match. The crowd still loved us, even though we didn't get the win. Wallace and I can definitely shake up the tag division with another chance, and the fans can't wait to see our next match. She is optimistic. Argus. That loser Jake attacked me during that last fight. He is not great. Yeah, I'll see to it. Mess with Argus, you pay the price. What's the price? We'll find out. Promise Clay Cortman a rematch. Okay, so Clay and Adrian need to do backstage brawl, coast to coast. Okay. I need to buy some stuff. I am running low on funds. Okay. We're fine. Power cards. ×2 arena cost. Veto Star, limited stock. They're all attacking cards. Alright. Matches on the card. Buck and Cortman for the title. Argus and Xanadu for the title. Tag titles. Not a TLC, but that we're going to do women's tag is you and you. Title match. Men's tag titles on the line. You and you. And who do we got left? Fatal 4-way. Clubberella will defend against Alice Justice. Will defend against be Donna Matrix. That doesn't seem to make any sense. Her, just a bunch of bruisers. Oh, right, Vicky. Okay. Could be, maybe. Something like that. And then... yeah, a bunch of people who can cut promos. Okay. And then the order of the matches... event, opener, okay. Champions on the left. Okay. And then we'll put when we need to here. And we have we'll rest Vicky and then we'll do everything else here. Advertising for you. I mean, Okay, I worked out what the storyline is going to be for this match, so this is fine. I've justified it. Okay. This will go like here. I think just self promos, that's fine. Okay, then let's put some stuff onto these matches. That'll be Extreme Rules. This will be tables, because that's what he wants so bad. I think just normal for the rest of the matches. Because we'll blow off all of our men's feuds, and then the women's feuds will all just continue to grow. Or exist. Whatever sort of like chaotic sort of state that they're in. What was I supposed to do here? We'll have it one backstage brawl. Okay. Can I have a backstage brawl? No, because I think it's only singles matches. So the backstage brawl would have to be this. I mean, I suppose it could be. For coast to coast. I'd rather not. I could do a coast to coast here and try to like boost my show. Let's look at Legends really quick. We have Becky. We have Ronda. Eve. Okay, we got about a lot more. Becky and Eve, I know, are both 5 out of 5 promo skill. So they would really help the show. They're both pretty much identical in terms of stats wise. So I could put her in the match in place of Ali Brawler. And then that would just raise the status of the match. And then I would rest somebody. Do I do that? Do I hire another person? That would bring me up to 23, I think, on my roster. Yeah. That's so many. Is there anybody in here that's of interest to me? Zaya. I'm doing it. Whatever happens, happens. $0 legend. Okay. And Ali Brawler, you're out. Becky Lynch, you're in. Ideally, Becky wins that match. And do I want to put Ali Brawler on a promo? Yeah, why not? Anything else I want to do here? Don't think so. I think I just leave it as is. Where are we at even? We're back in California. Los Angeles, California. Extreme rules. Okay. We are in this. We are in this. We have... That will just happen in time. We are booking tables matches. We're not doing Commissioner Gold this week. We are doing tag matches. We are fulfilling promises to superstars. So, and we're doing an advertisement promo. So we're building things up. We're getting there. I feel good about this order. The only thing I might switch... No, I think this is good. Extreme Rules, Backstage Crew. I probably should have done a call out actually for Alley Brawler instead of a self promo, but that's fine. Welcome, Los Angeles, California, to WCW Extreme Rules. This card is extreme and it rules. Starting us off with the greatest match, Argus the Great taking on Jake Xanadu. Jake has gotten multiple shots at Argus, and Argus has won all of them. He has said that he's the greatest and that Jake is not great, but Jake continues to pester him like a little fly. And so he says, fine, we will fight. It will be in a hardcore rules match, and I will even put the title on the line to prove to you once and for all, Jake Xanadu, that you are not great. And Jake Xanadu, he comes out with, let's say, an Extreme Rules colored outfit. It's actually pretty great. People are really getting behind him. But it is a tables match with the greatest tables, and we will see who wins. Will Argus retain? Will Jake become great? Argus stays great. 4-star match. Rivalry complete. Argus defeats Xanadu. I imagine I'm going to have an email waiting for me that says, I'm sick of losing. Retain. Christina Fury, then her martial arts demonstration shows on screen. And people are just like, well, after the last match that was so great, this is not really what we're looking for. So, oh well. Sucks for me. Tag titles on the line. We saw Sammy Vortex and Cora Cut have been building momentum. They won in a tornado tag match a few weeks ago. And so now the titles are on the line. Will Cora and Sammy be able to rip it from this no-name personality-less group of Whitney and Nova? Or will they finally start to... will the champions finally start to show some character by fighting off the darkness? They do not. Cora and Sammy pick up the win. They grow the feud, so we will have a chance to see more. Perhaps chasing the title, they will be able to develop more of a character. This is not what's being said on commentary. Cut Vortex defeats Quaid and Northern Light. In a 3-star match for the women's tag titles. Congratulations. JC Jane cuts a decent promo, losing popularity for advertising, but she is advertising what she's bringing to WCW is her new line of hats. So you want to get a JC Jane hat with the WCW logo and Extreme Rules and JC Jane's name on it, signature, you can for $1,700. And 3 people do that in a bidding war. Yep. Clubberella continues to berate the crowd. There's a little bit more security in this arena, so she's not able to just tear through the crowd like she did last week. And she says, bring me anybody who's back there who thinks they've got something they need to prove. Alice Justice and Queen Bee are among those. Alice Justice has not been able to pick up a win yet. Queen Bee has picked up a win. In fact, she defeated Danielle Wallace so much that... No, I need to redo this. It's Queen Bee comes out first because she won... Or no, she didn't win last week, but she did defeat Danielle Wallace, causing Alice Justice to lose. And so Alice wants to avenge Danielle, who cannot compete this week. And as they're kind of fighting each other and Clubberella is trying to get in the middle and also fight them, Becky Lynch, legend of the business, her music hits. And she comes down and she immediately, all the other women are brought to order by the presence of Becky Lynch. And this becomes a women's world title match. Will Clubberella retain, or will one of the other women pick up the title? Mess of an explanation, but Becky Lynch, unsurprisingly, picks up the win and does not start any feuds at all, but will start building up a Lynch-Clubberella thing. Lynch, who is a face specialist, defeats Clubberella, Justice, and B in a 3.5-star match for the women's world title. Great. Congratulations. Dominatrix, after her partner Christina Fury's video didn't go so well, Dominatrix shows off her video doing various stretches in a setting, and it's okay. Men's tag team titles on the line. Kombucha and Cash Suplex, they cheated a win, and then they skipped town for a couple weeks. But they're back, well-rested, wealthy. Haha. But Gulak and Gable have been kind of running the gauntlet and picking up wins here and there. They're ready to show everybody, and everybody's behind Gulak and Gable. Will they be able to get a win back and get the titles? They do. Congratulations to the new champions, and it completes the feud in a 3.5-star match. Gulak and Gable defeat Suplex and Kombucha in a 3.5-star match for the men's tag titles. Allie Brawler has one of JC Jane's hats, and she says, "This is what I think about your whole shtick, JC Jane," and she stomps on the hat, and people just think that's kind of low. And then in your main event, Adrian Buck, Clay Cortman, Extreme Rules, per the name of the event. Will the Miz of WCW be able to will he be able to walk the talk? Will Adrian Buck fight the fight? It is an Extreme Rules match between our apparently top stars. Fighter Bruiser, here we go. Adrian Buck retains the title in a 4.5-star classic match. Buck defeats Cortman. I don't believe Clay Cortman has gotten a single win and yet is the most popular guy on the roster. 4.5-star match, retains the title. All right, really great show. Thank you all for coming. Let's see how the other shows do. Shanky and Shanky. Risk of injury from Shane. Normal match. And it's great. Lurch Evans tries his best. We got this tag team match, not for the titles. And these two women win this time, and it's okay. Doink the Clown is here, and he is not Braid in the Dark, but he thinks he is. Titus O'Neil and Brute Force are going to fight.
1, 2, that's it. Bring it.
But Titus O'Neil is not ready for the big time, I guess. And it's Backstage Brawl also, so that's bonus fans, so that sucks for us. Kid Wilson is here, and he's okay. Uncle Howdy and Madcap Moss for the title, or not for the title, just for the rivalry. And Uncle Howdy wins when it doesn't count, or it doesn't matter. Then nothing happens, and then Lula Tandy, will she continue her undefeated streak? No, she loses because she's tired. And Penelope Perfect gets the title 4-star match. Good job. NXT. Holy cow! All right. This show is happening entirely backstage, so the crowd doesn't really get to see anything at all. What an expensive show, huh? We should have used like double match cost or something. Butch and Damon Kemp for the title. Sure, why not? Butch wins, and it's a 5-star legendary match. Bray in the Dark is weak. He is not Dunk the Clown. Beth Spartan and Andrea Canyons. Potential injury for Beth Spartan, and Andrea Canyons wins. And Beth Spartan is, in fact, injured for 3 weeks. Ignition and Zelina is embarrassing. Jerry Hattrick and Solo Sikoa, they have a rivalry, and they're fighting everywhere, including backstage, and Solo Sikoa wins. And it's great. Bad Bunny says, "You're not Dunk the Clown," and it's excellent. Rich Horikawa and Jackson Smooth are here. And Jackson Smooth is the tag champ, I think? Yeah, sure. And then Humberto and Big E are... Oh, boy. Humberto... Wasn't he already injured? Well, Big E's now the North American champion, and Humberto is injured again for the second time. He needs a legendary match, and good job. So we did okay. We just lost. We beat Raw. We lost to NXT because they spent all of their money. All right. Rivalry complete. Good performance. Staminas are okay. Here, Cora Cut needs to rest, but we are otherwise doing all right. Here, Alice is a little bit low, but is fine. Good popularity, good performance, just all around good. Becky Lynch up to 77. Cash Suplex is going to be my struggle person, I believe. So we'll have to figure out kind of what the men's division does from here. And then both their staminas are all right. Just an all-around great match. All right. And then nothing in the promos. 111 rating score, 131,000 fans, $48,000 gained. Adrian Buck and Clay Cortman ended with a bang. What a rivalry. Clay Cortman got taught a real lesson tonight. He could not walk the talk. Thank you for watching King Mayor Live. Stone Cold Beefcake in the ring says, never expected to see Becky Lynch wrestling again. WCW, great to see her in the ring again. What a mess of a social media post. Thank you for watching. Heart Takeover 81. Oh yeah, Jake Xanadu learns about consequences. Shouldn't have tried that beatdown on Argus the Great the other week. Correct. He was not great. Thank you for watching. Tap Out Underground 85 says, tonight's WCW was amazing. Thank you for watching. Lucha Libre in France says, JC trying to sell us stuff tonight, but at least it was fairly entertaining. Yeah. Invisible Sensation 91 says, weren't Alice Justice and Vicky starting a rivalry? What happened to that, WCW? They were at each other's throats a few weeks back, but now nothing. Working on it. Thank you for watching. Miss Snob Musician says, WCW and NXT both had my attention a few weeks ago, but WCW isn't quite as good now. Needs better shows to stay competitive with NXT. What a snob. Thank you for watching. Fighter Manager Tube says, feels like it's Buckmania at WCW right now. Wonder how long that will last. That's a hint. Glorious Unprettier in Australia says, great effort from Becky Lynch to win the title in that free-for-all. And then Body Slam Contender 94 says, Buck's match was my favorite part of tonight's show. Would love to see Clay Cortman get a rematch. Maybe. Raw, 106 rating score, 120,000 fans. Lost $16,000. And then 116 rating score from NXT, 144,000 fans. $305,000 loss. Apparently, Beth Spartan, got injured. And Humberto is apparently upset. And His Royal Majesty Triton laughs. Nobody gets anything. We're still in second place for some reason. Or we're still in third place, rather, for some reason. We're well behind NXT, but we'll figure it out. So that's going to be it. Feels like a hectic start to the season, but this is just how I like to play the game now. And that's it. This was a long recording session, so I'm going to stop and rest my voice. And really nice kind of twilight right now, so I might go for a walk. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Bread Fiesta, and I hope your day is going exactly the way that you want it to.